Alright YouTube, what's up? It's Carnage here, back at it with another video here. Doing out a triple shadow team, Swampert lead, showing off the IVs here. I'm going to be pairing it with Snorlax and Ampharos. Really, Ampharos was the MVP of this team. Core breaks a lot of different things. Quite honestly, it just goes off Walrein, Pidgeot, and then it has a lot of neutral play. Even against all the Giratinas, it can hit back with the Brutal Swing, so running it with Brutal Swing and Thunder Punch. You could put Focus Blast on it, but ultimately just a lot more consistency with that Thunder Punch, Brutal Swing combo. So let's see what we got here, starting off on game 1. And this is, as you can see there, 2200 elo, so relatively low still. Getting close to veteran now, about 2700. Laser filmed about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. So let's see what we got here. All right, Ampharos lead, so this is exactly where we want to see it. Great lead. And interestingly enough, they are staying in the match. So we're just going to throw on good timing here. Go for the extra. It's probably a Brutal Swing. We'll take that. Doesn't do too much. We can tank 2 pretty comfortably. Throw off the Hydro after 1, so great timing there. Doesn't quite KO, but that's okay. We're going to just throw 1, another Hydro, and this will KO. I don't expect them to shield here because it's not a good matchup, but they do for some reason. We do match shields. Seems like they might be weak in the back to Swampert, so we'll just match them here and see what they want to do. And there's still 1 off the next Brutal Swing, so we do get the farm down. A lot of energy here. And get to the EQ against the Giratina. This will do about 60%, so looking pretty good. Kept switch, so they do shield that. They're going shields down on this. We could pivot out here into Snorlax, to be honest, but they do decide to throw, which they really didn't need to, so we'll take that. And they go into Snorlax. Let's see what they want to do. And we are running Outrage for some reason. Really, this is the only matchup that you need Outrage, but we have it, so they pivot into Wheezing. We're going to get off that Body Slam just for some chip. Wheezing in the Ultra League is actually really good. It's a lot bulkier, and it core breaks a lot of different teams, so I do go for a Brutal Swing, does nothing. Ampharos, even on his Shadow form, is decently tanky in the Ultra League. So we'll get off the Thunder Punch. Does a good amount of damage, and we're looking really good. We'll take another move here, not a big deal. Trying to leave with as little HP as possible for the Tina. We do have the Brutal Swing too, and this looking to be a good game for the first match. Really not a lot that the opponent could do. Maybe if they had not stayed in on a bad lead, they would have had a better shot, but they were weak in the back with Wheezing, so they really didn't have too much of an option. We kind of had a PS in there, but that's a good game to that opponent. All right, on to battle number 2. Let's see what we get on the lead here. Primarina. You don't see this very often, but we're going to stay in just because this thing is incredibly glassy. We can probably get shields down. And we do throw off the Hydro. Even though this is a bait, pretty much KOs in 2, so we're not super worried about it. They did respect the EQ. Now we go for the EQ. And this either gets 2 shields down or switch advantage, so let's see what this opponent wants to do. They do go 2 shields down. playing out with their Charmer, and that's fine. They have a great answer in Ampharos. And they're going to throw a move. We'll respect it because this thing only has nukes, and we'll get a nice amount of energy if they don't switch out. So, looking to be loaded up on this Ampharos. And this thing could run Focus Blast, so they bring in Cresselia. We're going to throw up a Brutal Swing, get a little bit of chip damage on it. Cresselia is just honestly superior in Ultra League. As you can see, this thing eats. It can eat 2 of those and still be fine. But we're just going to bring in Snorlax. See what they got in the back. They have a Blastoise. So they were ABA weak to Electric. That's again why Ampharos has been so good, because pretty much Ampharos has play against that entire team. It has the Brutal Swing coverage for Cresselia, and then the Electric coverage for the 2 water types. So as you can see there, really did not have any answers for Ampharos from the opponent, so we're looking pretty good here. And we won't shield it because Ampharos can take out that Cresselia pretty easily with shield stab. Okay, Cresselia comes in, throws a move, not too worried. They do go Grass Knot, which KOs us. We have the Brutal Swing, and this comes close to KOing, but we should get to a second one if we need it. Alright, and that is good game, well played. Alright, and on to the third battle of this 5-battle series. Let's see what we get here. We do get a Guzzlord. Okay, I remember this battle. This thing beats our whole team, so we are looking to just stay in, try to get some chip damage, see what this opponent wants to do. We do go for the Hydro, which they do shield it for some reason. They're in a great matchup here, really. I don't think an EQ KO's in there either, so I don't know why they shielded that, but not too worried. We're gonna try to get to the EQ. They just barely outpace us, so we do shield. We're gonna throw the EQ. And this opponent just knows that his Guzzlord has so much play, he double shields it and farms down. Really, we don't even know what to do here. We don't have superpower on Snorlax, which would be amazing, because from this health range, I think that should just about one-shot. I'm not positive on that because we are Shadow, but building up, we're just going to go for the Outrage. They make an amazing catch on Surfetched, because they knew we had Outrage. And this opponent is just playing for his Guzzlord to stay alive in the end game. So we come in with the Ampharos. They do have a decent amount of energy, but they shouldn't one-shot us, so we'll take it. And in comes the Guzzlord. We go Thunder Punch. I guess Guzzlord went CMP there. Does a lot of damage. That thing's tanky and it hits hard. And Thunder Punch does absolutely nothing, and yeah, it's looking to be pretty much good game, so we just surrender there because really their catch on the Surfetched was just incredible. They knew they had the Core Breaker and Guzzlord, so they decided to swap out there. Alright, on to battle number 4. 2-1 so far. Let's see what we can do. We are up against G-Fist. Great matchup here. Swampert. So just where we want to see it. They come into Arcuno. So it's an interesting matchup for Ampharos. We're obviously doing super effective. They're doing neutral, but the stat product on Articuno is just so much better. That thing is really tanky. But we'll throw 2 for the Thunder Punch. Good timing for the moves. And let's see what this opponent wants to do. They do, interestingly enough, shield it. So we had the back-to-back, so we're going to CMP time them. They're obviously looking to flip switch. There wasn't a CMP time. And they throw here. If they would have committed to the farm down, they would have gotten it, but they threw. So we're going to shield because we know we can get this Thunder Punch, and this should KO. Retaining switch for us and shield advantage. But that was a really close matchup. If he goes to the 2 shields, he can potentially win that, Articuno. But they come in G-Fist. We have our answer in Swampert. They come in Cresselia. And we pretty much hardwall them, so they concede the match. And that's a good game well played to that opponent. All right, on to the 5th battle. It should be the final one. 3-1, let's see what we can do. We have Amok against Swampert, another great lead for Swampert, the GOAT. We come into Ninetales, we don't have a immediate answer, so we just throw off a Hydro to get some chip damage on this thing. Get it to about half health, bring in Snorlax because Snorlax is incredibly tanky. Body Slam should KO from here, so we're going to let it go. And let's see what this opponent wants to do. They do go for the Gleam. They're going to need 2 of those to KO us, so we throw the Body Slam immediately. This should KO, or just about, with some lick damage. And get a couple more licks. We retain Switch, and they come in with the Muck. So it looks like they're going to probably try to farm us down, but we're going to get to a Body Slam here. This does a respectable amount of damage. This should put them into just about Hydro range, so honestly not terrible, even though they get the farm down. So we come into Swampert, and it's unlikely that they Acid Spray us here, so we're just going to shield it and maintain some health here on the Swampert. Overfarm just a bit. Throw the Hydro. This should pretty much KO this opponent here. They do shield it. Interesting. So we shield back because we think that maybe they're weak in the back to Swampert. Again, with Overfarm just a little bit. Throw the Hydro. And they have a Scrafty, so they're not really weak to Swampert, so not really sure why they shielded the Muck there in a bad matchup. We're going to build up just a bit here. They likely just pup us. So build up to the Hydro, swap into the Ampharos. If we get to a Thunder Punch here, should be a good game because Thunder Punch plus a Hydro will KO this opponent. Yep, and that's looking to be a good game. I don't know if they had a win con, maybe just swapping in Scrafty immediately instead of going for the Dark Pulses on Amok, because really Scrafty kind of needs shields if you're just going to try to pup to victory. So we get to another Thunder Punch, and that's going to be a good game well played. If you like this series, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Have a nice day.